How do people have the motivation to make these videos on a daily for a job? I can't even get the motivation to make one video for a year. Okay, can we, screw the whole unique intro by this point? I'm sick and tired of having to introduce myself with this dumb catchphrase. I cringed so hard at the last year's one, and I knew I would too, so fuck it! I'm Kooky, and if you don't know who I am, then look at all my other previous videos before this one. I'm sure that you could get a better understanding of who I am with those. Enough talk about shitty intros. It's the time of year again where I somehow put unrealistic goals for myself and never do them for the following year, but I sure as hell will try. These are my goals for 2025. Also, it is a little bit windy today, so if you hear any of my windows clanging in the background, that is what it's coming from. My accomplishments looking back on the year weren't as many as I originally thought. 2024 was neither a great year nor a terrible year for my end, at least. I did make some significant amount of progress for my work, though. One of the few things I did was make a small get-in-the-water animatic that I posted to TikTok. This version I made was way before the Epic Vengeance Saga was released, and it also didn't have the original voices for the audio. This audio also had a lot of popularity surrounding it. I used Zygarde as the place-in for Poseidon for this video, and when I look back on it, you guys seemed to really like it. Reaching a total of, let me check for a hot moment, hold on. 64,000 views! Last time I saw it, it was in the 50,000s. What the fuck? That definitely is 64. I guess ever since I posted that video in the beginning of the year, it kept getting more and more traction and more views, and it's still absolutely insane to me. Also, last year was the talk of my infamous Joker's Wife video. While I won't go into too much detail because I feel like I talked enough about them, I think my opinion has changed since then. And keep in mind, that wasn't when you guys were supposed to see it. I think I made the video a year prior of making it, and it just wouldn't upload because my computer sucked. So yeah, all those takes in the video I did were really old, but I've grown since the video. So I hope to make more long-form content in the future, but my plan doesn't really involve them. My goal for this channel is to be both animation-heavy and Deltalux-heavy content. While streaming is still left up for me to introduce new games, my main video content will be strictly about Deltalux. Deltalux is my passion, and I wouldn't want to go away anytime soon. I'm always brewing up ideas for the story for this project. A goal of mine last year that I did not stick to was finish one animation meme. This probably was one of the harder things to do on the list due to my time being taken up for work and school. I never really had time for myself, and if I did, I just wanted to sleep. But a goal like this isn't out of the ordinary, and I'll probably come back to it at some point later. Redesigning my imps was one of the more successful ones that I did. It was surprisingly easy to do, and in the last one that you saw, I was already designing one of them, and it was Denzel, and I got that done fairly quickly. I'm very proud of myself for sticking to that, and I finished all my other imps after that, so, good for me. On the other hand, working on channel layouts was one of the goals I did not stick to. Sticking to this one was trying to mix oil and water, and it did not work for me. I can't find a good idea of what I want to do for both my starting screen and my ending screen for streams. I am thinking about commissioning a friend about this one, because it still has my interest peaked. Animation is hard enough as it is, and if I can't make a meme out of it, how am I supposed to do techniques like the last one I wanted to do was? Again, this goal was a complete dud for me. Hey, this one I actually did, and it was streaming more. While it isn't as many times as I wanted to, it was definitely way more than 2023, and I hope to stream more for 2025. Also, chapters 3 and 4 for Deltarune are confirmed to be releasing next year, so here's hoping to that. This one has a question mark next to it because I'm not sure if it was a dud or a success, and that's making a comic series. This one was a bit strange, I'd say, and I didn't think it ended up how I intended, but I guess it worked. During the year, Anarchy and I finally had designs for Miguel and Astaroth, but since I was in the mood to draw them for a few times, I made these mini comics of them interacting. Honestly, I really enjoyed that, and if you guys want more, you should let me know. I knew this one wasn't going to be realistic, and that's learning how to make 3D models, because I just haven't had the motivation to make them. However, my friends and I have recently went back on VR chat again, because Anarchy got a headset for Christmas. Maybe I'll get those juices floating in the future, because I still want to do them. Look, I know that I said that I shouldn't put animations in my goal list, because I most likely won't complete them. But I am currently in the works of doing one, and that is the God Games animatic. I don't want to show it yet just in case, but I've been working on this one ever since October, and while my computer is starting to hate my choices, I'm still going to be pushing through to continue it. I hope it will be released in 2025, so look forward to that. I've been thinking about going onto my cherubs next for the redesigns. Some of them deserve a makeover because they're over 2 years old by now, and I'm hoping to tackle them at a later point. I also want to fix a few more of my imps, like Zinnia and Sage, only because I feel like I can do better for them. So that is also on the drawing board. Do you guys notice something every time I do these videos? The lack of kooky sprites. I desperately need to do this at some point down the line because I can't keep this up anymore. I desperately need to try, and I'm not going to do it without them. I definitely want to do more of those goofy-ass comics like I did with Astaroth and Miguel. They aren't too hard to make, and they honestly help me flesh out the characters more that I create so you guys can get a better understanding of them. I'm definitely going to do these more in the future. Hopefully. As I stated before, I definitely plan on streaming more. I like to stream with friends because it honestly makes the content way more interesting to watch, so I hope that I can do more of those in the future down the line, so look out for those as well. And one of my last goals that I have on here is maybe try animation. I want to do more animation, but it's just hard for me to get the motivation and have the time to make something. It's one of my goals that I definitely want to achieve, and I know that I am capable of doing. And with that, I think all my goals are written down for next year. This video isn't meant to be super long in any way, so it's really all I have. And forget about the stupid shitty outros. I can't get any of that shit, right? Redesigning my imps. This one was actually surprisingly easy to do. In the last video, I was already designing one of the imps, and it was Dezendal. I hate fucking recording so much.